The website address for the ECDL PSI Online Exam Delivery is ecdl.psionline.com. As you can see, I'm typing it directly into the address bar. At the end of the line, if I press the enter key, that will take me directly to the login in screen. For the exam delivery and for the tests, the certificate tests and the mock exam, the diagnostics, this only works in the Chrome environment. And I know that I'm using Chrome because if I just scoot down to the taskbar along the bottom, it's the colourful icon with the circle for Chrome and not Edge, not Microsoft Edge, the little E icon, or Internet Explorer. The exam delivery will not work on Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. Internet Explorer looks like the Edge symbol, but it's a lighter blue with a gold ring around it. So we need to work within Microsoft Chrome. A number of steps need to be enabled in order for exam delivery on the ECDL webpage within Chrome. On the login in screen, without logging in your username and your password, if you click on the link for check system requirements, it's from here we can carry out a systems check in order to check that the pop-ups have been disabled, that we're using the right operating system, we've got the correct Office installed for our exams, that we have both plugins enabled. First things first, we need to enable our pop-ups. So again, staying within Chrome, Google Chrome on the ECDL website, top right-hand corner, underneath the exit button to exit out of the browser, which is also next to the restore button and the minimize button. Underneath the exit button are three dots. This is where we customize and control Google Chrome. I'll click down here. And third from the bottom, there is a link to settings. So above exit and help and settings, I'll go to settings. This one opens up the settings for Google Chrome. On the left hand side, there are a link to all the groups within the settings menu. I'm going to go to privacy and security. And then in the middle over here, site settings. If I scroll down to the bottom, we can see that pop-ups and redirects are blocked. I can click onto that link and I can add sites to this pop-ups. To do so, under Allow, if I click on Add, and I can type in, for example, ECDL UK.psionline.com. I missed out the I. Deliberate error there for your observation. And then I can click on Add. The next thing I'm going to do is navigate myself back to the ECDL tab. So I can switch between the settings and the ECDL tab, or I can just close the settings over here. So back onto the ECDL page where we didn't log in, but we followed the link to systems requirements. So let's just have a review on how we got there. So we went to the usual login in page, went down to check systems requirements. And then underneath here, if you haven't done so already, there are two buttons to download and install. Download the PSI In Application Plugin. That needs to be downloaded before starting an exam. And because we're using Chrome, it requires another installation. So if I click on download the PSI In Application Plugin, click on download and then follow the on-screen instructions. Just waiting for it to load. And we can see just above the start menu, down by my taskbar, there's a picture of a computer with a disk and the file name PSI a plugin.msi. I'm going to click on the up arrow and select open. The PSI In Application Plugin Setup. Welcome to the PSI In Application Plugin Setup Wizard. The Setup Wizard will install PSI In Application Plugin on your computer. Click Next to continue or cancel to exit the Setup Wizard. I'm going to follow the link to a setup and follow those on-screen instructions. The next installation we need to complete is install PSI in Application Extension for Chrome. So I'll click on Add to Chrome and it's opened it up within the Google Chrome Web Store. PSI in Application Extension offered by PSIOnline.com, which are our exam delivery website. There's an overview of the application, some reviews and any related content. On the right hand side, this is where we need to add to Chrome. So if I follow that link, add to Chrome, and then I can add the extension to my toolbar. And I can tell that it's been added because up over here on the right hand side, there's a little icon that says PSI in Application Extension. It's been added. I can remove from the Chrome toolbar by selecting remove from Chrome, exactly how I installed it, but I'm going to leave it here for exam purposes. So we've now got the pop-ups disabled for PSI Online, and we've got the PSI add-in and also the extension for the Chrome toolbar. So I've got a number of tabs open on my Chrome browser. I can click on a new one. If I click on new to add tab and get myself back to ecdluk.psionline.com. Two options here. You can either log yourself on and then test the version of the diagnostic test that you have already been allocated, or you can go into check systems requirements. Now, it's important before you start this stage that you check what version of Microsoft Office you have. On my computer, I'm using Microsoft Office 2019. That I'm using 2019 version because on the startup menu for Microsoft Word, I went to Account and About. Or if you've got Microsoft Word already open and you're working with it, a Word document, go to File, Account and About. And you can do that check within PowerPoint or Excel. So that's File, Account and About. And it will tell you what version of Microsoft Office you are using just above the serial and product ID code. Once you've established what version you are using, you can then run the in-application test. Now I've got a deliberate error here because I didn't complete the installation for the plugin. For the sake of demonstrating purposes, I want to leave that off. So it's just going through the system check that I've got the operating system for Windows. My screen resolution is correct, 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. The color depth is correct. The browser I'm using is Chrome. As I said, I didn't actually install the first plugin because I need those for demonstrating purposes whilst I'm teaching the exam modules, but I did actually allocate the Chrome extension to my toolbar up over here. I can remove that for my lessons if I need to. Um, so if you get to this stage and you didn't complete the installation for the plugin, it can easily be done over here on the right hand side. So please do read your error messages and follow the advice on screen, or if not, make a note of it. So that you can communicate that to your tutor if you need help for that. So if I click on the download button, it will take me back down the bottom right hand side, bottom left hand corner over here to the installation again where we were before with the setup wizard. If you have a different Office version to what you've been allocated, for example, in our learner centres, we have Office 2013, and in our centres, that's what we deliver our exams on, both for the diagnostic mock exams and the end of module certificate exams. That's what runs. However, it is the 7th of June 2020. We moved over to online in learning as of middle of March due to the coronavirus lockdown, and many of our learners are using Office 2016 or Office 2019 at home. In that case, please contact your tutors urgently to get those exams and possibly courseware moved over to what you're studying on at home, particularly if you're looking at completing your exams through remote delivery, both for the diagnostics and the real exam. So as I mentioned previously, this will only work within Google Chrome, which I'm down on the bottom of your taskbar, which is this circular icon with the green and the red and the yellow with a blue circle in the middle. This will not work on Edge, Microsoft Edge, which is the little e, the dark blue e, or Internet Explorer, the light blue e with the ring around it. You do need headphones for your courseware. You need a microphone to engage with your tutor on the weekly sessions. However, you don't necessarily need headphones for the exam except to eliminate any noise and to communicate to the invigilator online. You can receive feedback from your tutor regarding the diagnostic tests. They're not necessarily placed in question order. What PSI do, they have on the left hand side the question, on the right hand side how the question should have been completed. Your tutor can give you an overall score. However, on the real exams, no feedback is given apart from the percentage that you gained overall. For the overall certification, once you've completed all the units for your qualification, be it 3 level 1 units for the level 1 award or 4 level 2 units for the level 2 certificate, you receive either a pass, not necessarily a fail, you receive a certificate for achieving all of the modules overall with no percentage at the end of it.